Chapter 5, The Beginning.
Supply me with numbers for Earth,
called out a voice.
There have been 316,392 new uploads for Earth's date, November 16th, 2039 to Terrace. Only 149 of the uploads will be analyzed for possible archiving. The rest are on standby for memory cleansing and re-download. There are 227,832 newborns expected for Earth's date, November 17th, 2039, leaving us with a surplus of 88,411 field programs.
Understood. Complete a probability report on the 316,243 new uploads which are not being reviewed, and then purge 31 of the ones that show a poor success rate in the next 50 Earth years.
Control, are we supposed to forego the normal archiving procedures when dealing with an overflow?
That is correct. We have received new instructions from Prime 2 to either maintain or decrease current levels for Earth. We are not to increase nor store low-grade field programs until otherwise instructed.
Acknowledged. Control, we are showing 98,035 field programs from the Earth date upload of November 16th, 2039, which either meet or fall below the 31 success rate. What would you like me to do?
Are you reporting that we are experiencing another loss?
Yes, Control.
Purge all 98,035 field programs and create 9,000 base programs for the newborns for Earth's date, November 17th, 2039.
This will leave us short 624 base programs for the newborns arriving on Earth's date, November 17th, 2039.
I am aware of this. Now follow orders.
Acknowledged, Control. 9,000 base programs created and merged with the 218,208 field programs awaiting download for Earth's date, November 17th, 2039.
Good work. Despite the bad numbers, after you have completed your report, you are finished for the day. See you tomorrow.
Thank you, Control.
Where am I?
Asked Spencer, bewildered as he looked around, taking in the sight of an autumnal forest. In the distance, a small log cabin stood, surrounded by llamas grazing peacefully.
That looks like my uncle's cabin, the one I used to visit every summer when I was a boy,
mused Spencer to himself. He began walking towards the cabin, his eyes catching sight of a white birch tree to his left.
No, it can't be,
he muttered, his gaze shifting to a large branch curving off to the right. And there it was, a figure 8, unmistakable and etched in his memory.
I carved that. I remember doing it one summer while waiting for my uncle to return from the store. What's going on?
He demanded, his confusion mounting.
This isn't right. The last thing I remember was saving a woman, and now I'm at my uncle's cabin in Vermont.
As Spencer approached the cabin, a flood of fond memories was ignited by each landmark he passed. Upon reaching the front door, he instinctively reached out to open it, only to find it locked. After a brief pause, he remembered where a spare key was hidden. Darting around the cabin, he located the small metal box, its 4 numbered dials hinting at a familiar combination.
1974?
Spencer murmured with gratitude, recalling it as the year his uncle was born. Fortunately, the combination was not a strong one. With the key in hand, he hurried back to the front door and successfully unlocked it. Stepping inside, Spencer felt a rush of nostalgia as the interior greeted him just as he remembered. Tongue and groove pine adorned the walls, 2 skylights bathed the kitchen in sunlight. A spiral wooden staircase led to the loft, a cast-iron wood stove graced the living room, and even the old, worn tan leather couch occupied its familiar space. While Spencer made his way toward the kitchen, the front door abruptly closed and a high-pitched noise pierced his ears. In response, he instinctively dropped to his knees, hands covering his ears in an attempt to block out the jarring sound. As the noise subsided, Spencer rose to his feet only to witness the cabin flickering in and out of existence. Panicking, he sprinted to the front door only to discover that it had vanished. Turning around, his heart raced as he spotted a human silhouette standing amidst the flickering light in the center of the kitchen.
Who are you? What's going on?
Spencer yelled, his voice tinged with confusion and frustration. The shifting silhouette in the kitchen gradually coalesced into a male figure, slightly taller than himself. The man wore black faded jeans and a white button-down shirt, with a necklace partially tucked into the shirt. Strangely, he was barefoot, with sides of his blonde hair shaved while the top was spiked about 3/4 of an inch high. Deep-set eyes and a narrow face accentuated his dark skin. As the figure emerged from the kitchen, he addressed Spencer.
Welcome.
Welcome. Where am I? Who are you? What the heck is going on?
Demanded Spencer, grappling with his unsettling surroundings.
I apologize for the sharp noise. It was a minor malfunction.
The stranger calmly explained.
Minor malfunction? That's the least of my worries. Who are you and where am I?
I understand this is difficult to process. My name is Telmar, and I'm here to guide you. Your humanoid body is no longer operational.
The man replied.
You mean I'm dead? Are you serious? Where am I? If I'm dead, why am I at my uncle's cabin? Is this some kind of prank? Is Reese involved? Did he hook me up to something to make me experience all of this?
No, this is not a joke. This is real.
Telmar reassured him.
Is this heaven? Am I going to be judged?
Spencer's questions tumbled out.
This isn't heaven, and yes, there will be an evaluation. Please, take a seat on the couch, and I'll explain everything.
Telmar directed.
I'd rather stand.
Spencer retorted, his anxiety evident.
Nevertheless, you will sit and listen. This is not the time to be defiant.
Telmar's tone remained composed and firm. Recognizing the gravity of the situation, Spencer conceded.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be rude. It's just overwhelming.
No need to apologize. Please, take a seat.
Telmar encouraged, pulling a wooden stool closer to Spencer. With a nod, he ignited the wood stove nearby.
Nice trick,
Spencer remarked, though his tone carried a hint of skepticism.
Thank you, though it wasn't me.
Telmar replied, his demeanor suddenly more serious.
Okay, can you please explain what's happening?
I can help you understand in two ways. I can explain it verbally, or I can have the information downloaded directly into your awareness.
Downloaded? I don't have a program,
Spencer stated, puzzled.
Make your choice. Time is limited.
Telmar advised. Caught between unfamiliar options, Spencer felt compelled to choose.
All right, I'll take the download, whatever that means.
Very well. The download is often the most effective method.
Telmar responded. Telmar nodded once more, and in an instant Spencer became acutely aware of his own identity. He repeated aloud as if reciting a well-rehearsed script.
I, Spencer Cade, am a multitude of consciousnesses molded into one. I have experienced 163 lives on Earth. With each life, I accumulate experiences to develop the following attributes: intelligence, strength, charisma, perception, forgiveness, understanding, and acceptance. Upon completing a life, my consciousness uploads to the planet Turace, where my past existence is analyzed, attributes broken down, and performance ranked. Until the prerequisites for progression are met, my memories of past lives are stored, erased from my field program, and transferred into a new human body on Earth. It typically takes around 211 lives for my field program to reach full maturation. Failure to achieve this results in complete deletion. Once my field program evolves sufficiently, it merges with other successful field programs like mine. This combined entity then becomes a Turician citizen, downloaded into a humanoid body and integrated into the general population of this planet. At this stage, my designation as a field program shifts to that of a citizen. The ultimate objective on this planet is to craft humanoids that approach perfection in all aspects. Earth is one of 7 planets in the galaxy, functioning as training grounds for refining individual field programs. I've now attained a level where my 7 attributes are in equilibrium, leading to a pivotal decision. Should I embrace the life I've been working towards, or return to Earth to pursue my pursuit of perfection? What does EC6L 163-07074 stand for?
Telmar sighed softly, sensing Spencer's confusion, and said,
EC6L 163-07074 is a designation specific to our system that encompasses your attributes, your origin, and other relevant data. E stands for Earth. C stands for the class your planet falls into, in this case the 6th class, which can change for better or for worse. The L stands for life, followed by a number indicating how many lives you have lived. In your case, that would be 163. Next, and most importantly, it is what level of success you fall into. For you, it is O for optimize. And the number that follows indicates your identification number, 7074, which is permanently assigned.
explained Telmar.
We have seeded 19 planets. However, we are only harvesting from 7.
Seriously, there's that many planets with life like me?
Telmar replied.
Yes,
How many classes of planets are there?
there are 7, with the 7th class being the lowest, depending on how many field programs graduate and get scheduled for a merger. As I said, the class of the planet can change.
Sounds like Earth isn't doing so well,
said Spencer.
Not necessarily. Earth is one of the unpredictable planets that tend to fluctuate. Earth has been rated as a first-class planet, a seventh-class planet, and everything in between.
Is that normal?
Asked Spencer.
No. As planets evolve, they tend to improve the uploads of their field programs. It is rare that a planet, such as Earth, jumps classes as much as it does.
Well, I guess we're unique,
said Spencer, trying to be funny.
Your planet is unique. Unfortunately, your planet is also unstable and does not always produce the quality level we need in our field programs. Recently, we have been purging field programs and replacing them with base programs.
Purging, you mean killing?
That is also a valid term, but we only purge them when these undesirable field programs do not meet our standards,
explained Telmar.
That's wrong. Who are you to judge?
Telmar matter-of-factly responded.
We are the creators,
said Telmar.
For now,
replied Spencer, now showing signs of frustration.
Tell me about base programs.
Think of base programs as brand new seeds. For us to maintain our numbers, we create a base or new program that has never experienced life. We use them to replace a field program that has either merged with our society or a field program that did not meet our high standards and was deleted.
I can't believe this,
muttered Spencer. Telmar attempted to change the tone of the conversation, saying,
Enough negativity. On the positive side, some of our best programs have come from Earth.
That's so comforting. Am I one of them?
You have been placed in the optimized group, which is the best out of the 5 levels. The other levels in order of importance are managed, defined, repeatable, and initial.
I'm so honored,
replied Spencer. Spencer refused to acknowledge the detracting remark when Telmar said,
No reason to be honored. Your program has matured enough to meet the requirements. Your attributes are well above the minimum levels.
What are the minimal levels?
That is more information than you require. You will receive your official established attribute rating when your program goes into alpha and beta testing.
What if I don't want to get merged?
Asked Spencer, showing signs of nervousness.
Excuse me, did you just ask if you do not want to get merged?
Replied Telmar in surprise.
Yeah, what if I wanted to stay as me? I want to keep the memories of my daughter, my wife, and all the positive and negative feelings that I've experienced. You can't just take that from me. If so, I would rather be dead.
Spencer paused for a moment and studied Telmar's face, then asked,
Why do you look so surprised? Are you telling me out of all these field programs you've never had one refuse to become absorbed into your society?
Telmar paused and received the following message from Prime 2 via Telmar's internal uplink, preventing Spencer from hearing it.
I will be shutting down EC6L 16307,074 in an attempt to study this anomaly.
May I ask why EC6L 16307,074 is still experiencing emotions? Were they not scrubbed?
Unknown at this time,
replied Prime 2.
Understood. I will be ending my involvement with him,
reported Telmar.
Hello, are you there?
Spencer asked.
Yes, sorry,
said Telmar.
Where did you go? You were standing there with a blank look on your face.
I must be leaving. I have other tasks to attend to.
But I think I'm uncomfortable merging. I'm afraid I'm going to lose my individuality. Does any of this make sense?
It's not my place to comment, Spencer. I need to step out on another assignment.
Spencer started yawning and felt an overwhelming urge to fall asleep.
That's fine. I think I'm going to lie down here on the couch and take a nap.
Before Spencer could complete his last thought, he was fast asleep. Telmar looked at Spencer, bent down, and whispered in his ear.
Remember, Spencer, this is the beginning of a new life. Try not to mess it up.
Telmar stood up, looked towards the front door, and said,
Archive program EC6L 16307,074 and download me to my external body.
Telmar's surroundings changed from the quaint Vermont cabin to the interior of a sterile metal pod. As the chamber's sizable metallic door opened, a greenish cloud of chilled air poured out, revealing the pod that held Telmar's body. 2 lab technicians walked over, allowed the container to warm up, confirmed that Telmar's body was at the appropriate temperature of 103 degrees Fahrenheit, and released the 3 locks on the door to the secured pod. Telmar stepped out wearing only a pair of white shorts and asked to speak with the on-duty supervisor immediately as he headed towards the changing area. Telmar looked just like his virtual interpretation that Spencer had met, the only exception being he was 7 inches taller than his Earth body. One of the technicians signaled their supervisor telepathically from their lab. which was on a platform overlooking thousands of other labs. All these platforms formed around a large tube over 300 stories high. The on-duty supervisor was on a moving floor traveling within this tube. He acknowledged Telmar's request and indicated he would be there shortly as Telmar finished getting dressed. The platform Telmar uploaded consisted of 10 chambers, each holding 10 pods. All these pods allowed individuals to connect virtually to Prime 2's storage facilities. If an active connection was taking place, the pod's exterior was red. If an individual was inside and there was no connection, the surface was blue. Pods that were inactive were green. Outside, the access to the chambers was a lab with 2 large screens connected to a variety of holographic data pads. Here, 2 technicians worked to monitor the individuals occupying the pods on their platform. The lighting on these platforms gave off a dark bluish color, and an energy sound barrier muffled any noises. Telmar headed to the lab and accessed a nearby terminal to review his encounter with Spencer. While playing back his experience, the on-duty supervisor walked over and said,
"Disturbing, to say the least."
Yes, what happened?
asked Telmar.
"We do not know. We haven't experienced anything of this nature before. It appears that when EC6L163-07074 was uploaded from Earth, and his field program did not complete the emotional scrubbing."
Was there a malfunction?
"That's impossible. There are too many safety precautions in place, and even if it occurred, Prime 2 would have shut down all uploads until the problem was solved. Besides, no programs that uploaded before or after EC6L163-07074 had their emotions attached. We must ask, why did EC6L163-07074 question his merger and not the other field programs? I am confident it was not because of a mechanical failure."
Or what about him recognizing the figure 8 in his transition program?
asked Telmar.
"We cannot answer that. Not only did EC6L163-07074 recognize our symbolic icon, but he also carved this symbol onto a tree when he was a child. We don't yet comprehend this. There is no way EC6L163-07074 could have carried memories with him on the download that allowed him to be reborn on Earth. My theory is it was just a fluke. Our symbolic icon has intertwined with many different cultures on many different planets for eons."
So what is going on?
"We don't know. Prime 2 is looking into reasons. Right now, we are categorizing it as an anomaly,"
explained the on-duty supervisor. Frustrated with the lack of answers, Telmar asked,
Where am I going from here?
"Your title as herder has been reinstated. You are getting downloaded back to Earth. Your temporary suspension has lifted."
Temporary suspension. I should have never been removed from Earth. That was a ridiculous accusation.
snapped Telmar.
"Being accused of supplying technology to harvested planets is a serious offense,"
replied the on-duty supervisor.
I know it is serious. That is why they had no right to accuse me. I would never do such a thing.
"Well, it's over now. Your scheduled download is in 11 cycles. Your humanoid body is in cryogenic stasis on Earth in America at one of our facilities located in Washington State. It was a pleasure working with you. You did an excellent job making first contact with new arrivals. If you ever want to come back and work with us, please don't hesitate."
Ignoring the offer, Telmar asked,
Please keep me updated on EC6L163-07074. I am interested in learning what happened.
"I will do my best."
I am staying on site until my download. You can find me in Sector 23, holding room 538.
advised Telmar.
"Aren't you going to tour your home planet during the rest of your stay here?"
I do not have a home planet. Take care,
said Telmar. Telmar exited the lab and headed toward his waiting facility. He grabbed something to eat, stretched out on his sleeping mat, and fell asleep.